Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea, and welcome back to another high level game of StarCraft 2. Today in the top right corner, spawning as the blue Protoss player playing for Team Storm Gaming. It is MaxPax. And in the bottom left, in the red color, playing for Team Shopify's Rebellion, we'll be watching ByuN. Opening up with that gas before the barracks here. This is a ByuN special. It's not like he invented the build. He's the one that kind of reintroduced the build. That seems to be his worldly task. When he came back from the military, he started playing a lot of eBay block. This was, I want to say, in 2020 somewhere. Terrans hadn't played eBay block in absolute years, and ByuN came back, started playing a crap ton of eBay block, and all the other Terrans took over, started playing it as well. We're like, hey, wait a second. eBay blocking the opponent's natural, delaying their nexus, is actually quite a good start. Then ByuN switched away from it, and now recently, in the past 3-4 months, he's been playing a lot of gas first against Protoss. And it's quite interesting, honestly. Often with a high ground command center, allows him to get some scouting info with that Reaper. He never scouts with an SCV as he does it, because he wants to get an extra eco. You know, you're already losing some eco because you have to build a CC on the high ground. And he fairly often gets a factory as well in the wall here. This is great, because this is kind of like a fake as well. He's faking that he proxied the barracks, and MaxPax didn't quite realize where it was. As a result, MaxPax actually built a Zealot. Now, a Zealot is the most useless piece of crap in the entire world. Look at this guy. This guy is going to achieve absolutely nothing. He doesn't know it yet. He's ready to give his life for Ire, but Ire is not ready to give their life for him. This guy is going to end up walking across the map. You'll see 2 depots, a factory, and maybe a tech lab in the wall. Or if it's not a tech lab, there might be a mine on top of the ramp. Otherwise there will be a cyclone. This guy's gonna get 2 hits in, and then get blasted by whatever units the Terran has. He'll be lucky if he dodges the Reaper, which he manages to do. This guy will follow his life. The life of Johnny the Zealot. The first to graduate from the gateway. Oh no. Found by a Reaper. Here we go. This guy's now wondering why he didn't get the chart upgrade. It's like getting your master's degree, you know. It's a little bit longer, but it's definitely worth it. And then indeed... oh no, you might actually get a mine now. Never mind. Didn't even see the mine die. Yeah, that Zealot was rather useless. Stalker's also going to take a lot of damage here. Reaper Grenade could actually hit. And oh my god. No! I was going to say sick control out of ByuN, but it is MaxPax here with the sick control. Holy crap. Gets the mine kill, gets the 2 Marines as well, and the Reaper. That actually was pretty sick. What info does ByuN actually have? He has no info whatsoever. This is going to be a DT drop? Yeah, DT drop. There's a robotics facility behind this as well. Oh my god. Now what I was gonna say is that why is it good to usually force out the Zealot? Is because the Zealot cuts massively, it cuts into the worker count a little bit, and often doesn't get anything done. But this time, I'm not sure if we can, you know, put any of these good things that happened really on the resume of the Zealot, if he still had lived, but he did contribute to the success in combination with the Stalker of getting a lot of kills in the early game. And I don't even think the main thing here is going to be the kills. It is really just the scout denial that's important. Now, ByuN doesn't really give a crap about the scout denial, because he's also sending in a double mine drop, which will be capable of seeing everything that's going on here. 1 mine in the natural. Ooh, both mines in the natural. I'm not a huge fan of that. He's gonna live both! Now, this I am a huge fan of. I really did like that. He needs the scout though back into the main base. He's gonna get a scout, sees the Dark Shrine, going to be real happy that he started a Raven as well. Quick responses out of MaxPax, and oh my god, manages to get away as well. Oi 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 oi. So after a terrible early game for ByuN, the mine drop deals a crap ton of damage. I mean, 2 entire mineral lines pulled away for what, 20-25 seconds total. DTs get spotted, 2 workers get kills, and the mines get to stay alive. This is the perfect sequence, basically. This is the type of stuff you dream of as a Terran, is keeping your mines alive and killing 2-3 workers. Well, Terrans dream of killing 30 workers with their mines, and the game is finally over, but honestly, this is a fantastic start. DTs are also forcing some of these SCVs to move, but don't forget, DTs are way more expensive than mines are, so this is a bigger investment out of MaxPax that's really cutting into his stack right now. That's important to remember. Oh, mines are coming back in. Medevac is going to end up falling, which is frustrating, and mine also will end up dying. So really losing the medevac and 2 more mines, only for getting 2 more kills, or only for getting 1 more kill even. Not completely worth it. Robotics facility, robotics bay here, being thrown down off of 3 gas only. This is kind of interesting. Single arc on harass, forcing out a Viking. At least I saw a Viking start. Where is it? Oh, it's here. I must have missed it. Yeah, this is kind of a weird situation. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of the Robo Bay, because there's a Raven out already, and MaxPax is aware of that. Which simply means if you're not on point with your micro defensively as a toss, and an interference matrix hits one of your Colossi, you're probably gonna be dead. Stim is 30% done right now. The first Colossus isn't even on the way yet. By the time that ByuN will hit, it depends if he wants to hit with Stim and combat or just with Stim. Actually, no. There's a tech lab ready. He can hit with Stim and combat and be fighting a single Colossus, I think. That's a real possibility here. Combat shield only takes 79 seconds, of course. Now, with some good chrono boost, perhaps 2 Colossi can be out by the time combat and Stim finishes. It's gonna be real tight, though. Third has finished up. Archon's gonna take a little bit of a beating here against that tank. Does not want to take too much damage. Needs to be very careful. Raven and Harasser, and I feel like this is saving MaxPax more than anything. Sure, losing 2 workers is annoying. ByuN now sees the robo, he's like, oh my god, I wish I kept this Raven at home. Wish I kept this Raven at home. Could have used 2 interference matrices with my next push and probably just straight up win the game, but instead he's going to harass a little bit. I mean, 5 worker kills, that's nice. Forcing a pull away from the third, forcing a pull away from the natural. These things are okay, but ByuN right now is probably considering what could have been if he had just kept it with his army. There would have been double interference matrix, and this army is not big enough to deal with the Bioforce. At least I don't think so. We have no real vision on the map though. The Zealot is going to spawn a couple of random marines moving across the map. MaxPax immediately realizes that something is wrong. Starts sending units in towards the main base. There's a couple of Blink Stalkers there. And Colossus also moving over. 1 Colossus with 2 sentries staying between the natural and the third. His army gets picked up. There's no blink, and thus they're relatively safe. I think ByuN is aware of the fact that there's no blink as well, because he sees the charge first. He's like, hey, I don't think you had enough time or resources to get both blink and charge. You had to pick between one of them. I see charge, which means no blink. That allows him a different type of movement as well with these medevacs. Slightly more risky. A couple of workers will end up falling. When I say a couple, I mean 1. These Marauders and Marines try to trade out a little bit here. Stalking, trying to get some connections with this bio army, but meh. Probe's gonna stay alive. ByuN is a merciful god. At the same time, we have a bunch of Zealots heading towards the other side in a prism. Single turret on the far left side, and the command center is being taken here. Or well, flying over on the third base. We already are on 5 barracks right now, as well as an armory, a second eBay, and a ghost academy. That's a lot of gas investment here. I'm curious to see how ByuN is going to pay for that. Can't really take a loan in this game. Really would like to take a gas loan right now, I can absolutely assure you that. 140 gas left in the bank after the triple ghost and the hand-hand shockwaves. Actually might just be capable of paying for everything. +2 isn't that expensive. And his armor upgrade hadn't finished yet. I thought his armor upgrade had already finished. My bad. Once again, auto turret is actually dealing a fair chunk of damage here. 3 auto turrets, 1 per base. Love some target fire on the probes here. Definitely could have taken out 3-4 probes here with that 1 auto turret had ByuN been paying attention. Not like a lot else was happening during this time, so I'm a bit confused by that. We're actually heading in towards Viking production already as well over here. That also is somewhat surprising to me, honestly. Fairly often when we've seen ByuN play these double eBay styles, we've seen him very quickly go into more and more medevacs, pure medevacs, and very slowly transition into Vikings. Ooh, MaxPax halfway on the map with these Stalkers, just waiting for a move out. Of course, with the vision of this Observer, makes it really easy to spread units around the map, either for potential run-bys, for fly-ins with a Prism, and also with these Stalkers to delay any type of move here that ByuN could go for. It's important that MaxPax does not show that he has complete vision. Ideally, you don't ever show that. Let's take a look at a first-person view here out of ByuN. I wonder what his actual plans are going to be. Mine is going to hit. 2 Stalkers go down. 4 Stalkers go down. Painful little engagement there, or at least a start of the engagement. Now we'll start seeing some units move in. If ByuN actually decides to move out, he's getting closer and closer to max, starting armor upgrade before the +2 attack. Huge mistake. Absolutely no point in that. Attack way more important. Disruptor is going to hit a couple of units here, but I think it ended up only being 2 Marines. Here comes the Prism. Double turret will stop that if MaxPax isn't paying attention. MaxPax is not paying attention. Will drop 2 Zealots before it dies. At the same time, Zealot run by heading in towards the 3rd base. It's going to get stopped by 4 mines. Oh my god, what a ridiculous defense. 2 tanks in the far back as well. Will get, well, 1 tank will end up dying. Right side run by isn't even going to get sent in. MaxPax kind of caught out of position here. Oh, ByuN wasn't quite sure what to do, and as a result is going to lose a lot of his army here. Interference Matrix gets used on one of these disruptors. This right side disruptor killed 12 units with 1 shot. That was huge. Had ByuN just jumped on that and then moved into this position, I think MaxPax would have been left with absolutely nothing. Would have to chase through a choke into his own natural or into his own 3rd. That would have been super painful to do for sure. Right now we see, well, ByuN actually down a little bit in supply. What's that? Did you shoot his own Stalker with a purification over? I think he did. There's still 1 mine here, which hasn't been killed. This is not a very strong army, by the way. This is an army extremely vulnerable to EMPs, and oh my god, there are some EMPs. What a big surprise. Needs to be careful here, MaxPax. Can just move into this. Not without superior upgrades. His worker count is so extremely high that his army is actually rather small. If you go for a high worker count, you need to rely a lot on these disruptor purification novas. MaxPax is going to be taking that right side base as well, so his mining is looking fantastic. I mean, it better be with 90 probes. Without 2-2, without enough disruptors, this can get really, really difficult. ByuN setting up a little bit of a flank here. Oh no, it's going to be a run by, more so than a flank. Tanks defensively in this attack towards the far right side. Means that MaxPax is going to be forced to either recall here or accept that he's going to lose some bases. I think it's going to be a recall right away. There we go. Recall gets used, Pylon gets sniped, and ByuN will run away. Not enough Stalkers to properly chase this. ByuN thought there was not going to be a base here, but now might actually get flanked by some of these Zealots. One matter of fact is going to get taken out here. At the same time, we see the main army of ByuN wanting to head over towards the far left side. He might ruin that plan. Planetary is gonna stay alive, just ever so barely though. Oi, 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 oi. Snipe on the DT, bang, every single DT ends up going down. This is an F2 move, I assume. Yep, that was an F2 move. I was not planning on dropping this base. Cheeky F2 from the Terran player there. A couple of EMPs on top of this army could actually be problematic here for MaxPax. This is a fight that ByuN can really take. If only he had +2 attack rather than +2 armor, these types of fights would look so much better as well. You now need to be a little bit careful. Wants to probably wait for that next wave of units as well. Units in the bunker would be nice to be added into the battle as well. I mean, for Marines, it's still 4 supply. It's not the end of the world, but it's a decent amount of damage output you'd rather have in the fight than in the bunker, which is not contributing to any of these fights. There's a lot of ghosts here, which means that every single unit here will be without shields, if ByuN pleases so. Triple medevac run by being sent out, or drop being sent out. Actually will catch the Zealot. MaxPax decides to move in, but EMPs are so quick at just getting this army down. MaxPax moves too far forward with the disruptors, loses 2 of them. ByuN now in a position where he can potentially chase this army with the left side army as well. Maybe going for a flank. No, does not want the flank. I really believe if a Protoss is on 92 workers and has such a small army that is super EMPable, I think having these double army type of setups are really good, but also flanking every now and again could be very powerful. That's something we haven't quite seen yet. This is a big Zealot force. get EMP here, of course, but ByuN is not really paying attention to this army as he was busy microing over here. MaxPax is going to be pushing this part of the army back. A couple of EMPs are going to hit on the right side. At least from what I saw. We get a pickup. One Ghost is going to get Kerrigan behind. Oh, woo! No! What? You lived, my friend. You were the chosen one. Freaking Frodo over here escaping through those Zealots. And then accidentally shooting them in the back. Would have been a very disappointing ending to Lord of the Rings if that had happened. After Frodo escaped the orcs. It is invisibility cape. He had an invisibility cape, right? Or was that Harry Potter? I think he had some type of cape. That he could put over himself. Made him look like the rocks. At least that was what happened in the movie. I didn't read the book. Oh, this is a sick flank. No stim on the left side yet. Here we go. Now we have a stim on the left side. This, oh my god, Purification Nova is going to hit in a big way. Big way. A little bit sloppy there in the control was ByuN. Still gets about an even trade. And I think this is something we really need to get used to right now, is that these even trades will keep on happening just because the army supply for ByuN is slightly superior. So even if the fight isn't necessarily great, MaxPax needs to be very careful. If he loses one big fight, loses all of his disruptors, the game actually ends. And right now ByuN's moving into a position where there's a real possibility that a good fight is about to happen for ByuN. So be rather careful though. DTs on the left side do not want to meet with this army. Disruptors need to zone this out. I don't think you can just straight up A-move into this, can you? Oh, no, you can't. Every single disruptor is going to get taken out here. MaxPax dropping down to 150 supply. This is the one fight that I was talking about. DTs will deal a lot of damage. SCVs are going to be taken out. But ByuN has a lot of forces here that can deal with these invisible boys. At the same time, though, does MaxPax have enough to deal with this massive army? I think the answer right now is no. It is actually no. Zealots are gonna get caught as well over here. DT's moving in towards the natural. Ooh, everything's actually getting blasted by these Dark Templar. But at the same time, robotics facilities are being taken out. ByuN ideally would be going for the throat, not for these outside bases. Surely, if you can take out all the production right now, you're just straight up winning this game. Couple of EMPs need to hit. EMPs need to hit. They're not hitting whatsoever. There we go. Double EMPs finally hitting. Single Purification Nova is not going to connect with anything except Zealots. That means that ByuN here will stay alive, and after a game of being outplayed by MaxPax, a single fight, it was all it took. And that single fight just happened. +3 finally finishing up as well here for the South Korean Terran player as this base falls. And oi. Work account for ByuN only 53. There's still a bunch of DTs here in the middle just idling. MaxPax does not have the units to hold. Does have the resources to get another big warping going. Does have the resources to continue disruptor production. And ByuN actually with a little bit of a miscommand here is going to end up losing a lot of his bioforce. DTs do end up dying. There's still a lot of money in the bank for MaxPax. Almost makes me believe that it is possible again. And this is why I much would have preferred going for the throat into the production here. There's no cannons in the production. And also, if you kill the production, they can't warp in anymore. And no matter what amount of money they have, they're just dead. I mean, ByuN allowed 2-3 more warp-ins, and right now he's probably going to be paying a bit of a hefty price for that. Planetary here definitely is not going to finish up, or if it will finish up, it will die before it gets to shoot once. Stalkers with do so much damage. Look at this. This is only, what, 6 Stalkers taking out the command center at very high speed. DT makes its way towards the right side, and this will calm MaxPax down a little bit. MaxPax now will believe that, hey, I'm in a good position, I don't need to rush in. Purification Nova is going to hit, and he can rush in. What a back and forth little game, and an insane fight out of ByuN. But then some mistakes, I think some incorrect decision making here, and a bad move command towards the left side, allowing MaxPax to get back into the game and winning it with the bank that he had. That's going to be it for me today. Thanks all so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see all of you next time for a new video. Thank you so much, and bye.